What should we keep in mind when using AI tools to support academic writing? It is important for us to answer this question because AI has taken over every corner of academia, from essays to journal articles. Students and researchers are using AI tools. But here's the problem, because most people don't really know where the line is between academic support and academic misconduct, which is why Cheng and the boys, I just said Cheng and the boys, I don't know, does that even matter? Let's continue. Published a research paper early this year titled AI Assisted Academic Writing Recommendation for Ethical Use. And trust me, what they found in this paper can save your career. It can save you from rejection, from retractions. Now, let's skip all the introduction and dive into what journals and publishers are saying regarding the use of AI tools. Now, the first thing they are saying is that transparency is non-negotiable. Now, what this really means is that if you use AI tool, you have to disclose it. You have to declare that AI tool was used to support your writing, and you can't just declare it by mentioning the type of AI tool that was used. Maybe you just say ChatGPT, ResearchRabbit, Elicit, or Consensus. No, you have to state how that AI tool was used. Did you use it to generate text? Did you use it to interpret text, to translate text, to analyze data? You have to mention it. And according to this manuscript, the best place to disclose it is in the methodology section, which I agree with them, because most people, when they pick up research paper, they just want to go through the abstract, the methodology, and the results. So there's no how someone is going to skip that if it's reflecting in the methodology section, unlike when you decided to declare it at the declaration section at the end of your paper. Most people might just miss it. And the second thing they talked about is standardization of authorship. That is, you cannot list AI tools as authors in your manuscript. This is because they cannot take full responsibility. If there's any error in that manuscript, no one can drag AI tools. If there's any error, it's you, the human, that would know that there's error. AI tools that don't know that, so you cannot list AI tool as author. Now, let's talk about the biggest problem with using AI tools for academic writing according to this paper. Now, the first one is plagiarism, because AI tools can access publicly available data, so it's easy for them to generate unedited text or generate text that are similar to the one from the original source, which can make your content to be flagged as plagiarized. Now, the next thing they talked about is the issue of a hallucination, because AI tools like ChatGPT are fond of hallucinating. They can confidently generate facts that doesn't exist. They can fabricate information for you, and this is very risky, especially when writing medical abstracts or case reports. And while we are talking about hallucination, we shouldn't also forget about fake referencing. Now, another thing they talked about is the issue of bias, because AI tools are trained or based on the data from the internet. Now, if there's any paper out there or anything that's out there that is biased in nature, AI is going to generate that same harmful bias for you. So while AI can speed up our writing, it can also write us straight into academic misconduct. Now, let's talk about the safe uses of AI tools, the ethical use of AI tools to support your academic writing. And then in this manuscript, they divided it into three, and the first one is the ethically acceptable. I just call it the green zone, because in this zone you can use AI tools without being scared of anything, without feeling guilty, without feeling like you are doing something wrong. And the first one is you can use AI tool for spelling and grammar correction. Yes, you can use it for that. And the second thing is that you can use AI tool to improve readability. So for example, you can use AI tool to add transition between two paragraphs to improve the flow of your paragraph. And then the third thing you can do is that you can use AI tools to translate your manuscript. So for example, you want to publish a manuscript in a different language and you don't understand that language, or you don't know that language, you can use AI tools to help you translate that manuscript. But after translating the manuscript, you need a human review. You need someone that understands that language to review it, to see if what the AI tool has generated is true, is aligning or not. And while you are doing all this, you have to ensure that everything that is generated, everything that you've used it for, you still have to ensure that it's reflecting your voice and your critical thinking. Now let's move on to the next zone, which is the ethically contingent. Now I choose to call this the yellow zone because in this zone you can use AI tool, but you need to be really careful. It's the middle ground. So what you can use AI tools for in this zone is that you can use it for brainstorming ideas, generating outline. You can also use it for summarizing drafts, and also you can use it to come up with opposing arguments. Now I know ChatGPT and Jenny AI are very good at doing this because I've used it before, and this is not even something that is sponsored. I've tried it before and they are very good at doing this. But while you are doing it, you also have to check the results and edit it if there's any need, because it can lead you into plagiarized content or misinformation. And also, still while doing this, you still have to ensure that it's reflecting your voice and your critical thinking. Now let's move on to the next zone, which I choose to call it the red zone. Now in this zone, you are not allowed to use AI tools for all of the things that I'm about to list. Yes, you cannot use it. AI tools is banned in this zone. And the first one is that you cannot use AI tool to generate an entire manuscript or a section of your manuscript, especially without giving it any original content in the prompt. And second one is that you cannot use AI tools for data interpretation. Yes, because it is your research, you wrote that manuscript, so you shouldn't let anyone to interpret your data for you, to tell you what your data implies. But you can use AI tool for data analysis. Those are two different things, provided you check for the accuracy. Tools like Julius AI are very good in helping with analyzing data, but while you are using it to analyze your data, you have to check for the accuracy. But data interpretation is not allowed. And then the next thing is you cannot use AI tools to write literature reviews or citations. Yes, because of the issue of fake references. But in terms of AI tools that are designed specifically for academic purpose, for literature reviews like Elicit, you can use them. These do not really apply when you're using those AI tools. And then the next thing is that you cannot use AI tools like ChatGPT to check for plagiarism or to check whether you followed the guideline, the ethical guideline when writing a research paper. No, it's not allowed. For example, you can't just like upload your manuscript to ChatGPT and prompt it like, hey ChatGPT, please can you help me generate the plagiarism report for this manuscript. No, you cannot do that, because there are better tools out there that are designed for this purpose, to do this job. And also, as for the ethical compliance, you cannot ask a GPT to look at your manuscript to tell you whether you've complied with the ethical guidelines or not. No, you are a human, so if you comply with the ethical guidelines, you know. If you didn't, you know. So you shouldn't ask tools like ChatGPT to do that for you. Now let's move to the final part of this manuscript, which is the author checklist. Now these are a set of questions that you ask yourself if you use AI tool to support your writing. And the first question is that, are the main ideas in this manuscript still yours? And then the second question is that, were you able to maintain your own writing and critical thinking skills? And the third question is that, did you double check for accuracy, referencing, and bias? And the fourth question, which is the last question, is that, did you disclose the use of AI tool in that manuscript? Now, if the answer to any of these questions is no, you have to go back and fix it, because it means that you've done something wrong, or you've done something that you shouldn't have. So you have to go back to look at that paper and correct it. You have to ensure that all the answers to this question are yes before you can submit your manuscript for publication. Now I need to declare something for real. What Cheng and the boys have written, what they published, is based on AI tools, generative AI tools like ChatGPT and other similar tools. This research paper, what they've discussed, do not apply to other AI tools that are specifically designed for literature reviews or for referencing. Now if you're talking about tools like Elicit, Liner, Consensus, or which other one, I can't really remember them right now, but if you're talking about AI tools that are specifically designed for academic writing, for research writing, all the things that they've said in this paper that are not allowed might not actually apply to these other tools, because the issue of referencing, fake references, can be solved. The issue of hallucinations can be solved, especially with tools that you know that if you search for content, they are going to generate the content, and alongside you are going to see the materials, the papers, the published one, and you can easily click on those paper from that website. It's going to take you to where it was published, whether it's PubMed or wherever it is going to take you there. So this do not apply to those kind of research tools. Now if you are interested in seeing content like this, kindly subscribe to this channel and like this video. Thank you.